Esther Kowalski joins us, aunt of Ronnie Ishal, a soldier of the Israel Defense Forces who's been missing since the 7th of October. Esther Kowalski, thank you for joining us at a time when you're obviously so stressed. All the friends and family of Ronnie Ishal very, very stressed, quite clearly. Can you tell our viewers in India about the kind of pressure that you're trying to build, the movement that you're trying to build? What is it that you're hoping to achieve, given the fact that two senior representatives in the Israeli establishment that we spoke to in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and a member of parliament said you need a cold head, you need to be brutal to be able to go out and achieve what is required, and this is a time when they think, given what Hamas did, Israel simply cannot afford to be emotional about this.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for letting us tell our story. And the world needs to understand that on October 7th, a genocide has occurred inside Israeli territory by terrorists, by Hamas, ISIS, by murderers with no mercy and soul in their body. In the darkness, they came and stole babies and kids and mothers and elders from their beds and took them away to captivity. My personal story is about Ronnie. Ronnie is my niece, my dear child. She's 19 years old. She is a soldier at IDF. Her job is to be a lookout inside Israeli territory. Inside Israeli territory. And her job is to watch the fence. Her base was burned to the ground. And since October 7th at 9:27 exactly, which she sent a text message to her mother from a different phone that is not hers, saying, "Mommy, don't worry about me. I'm okay. I love you." And her mom answered, "Okay, sweetheart. I love you. Take care of yourself." We haven't heard a word, not from her and not about her. We don't know where she is. We don't know what happened to her. We don't know if she's alive. We don't know if she's dead. We don't know if she's hurt. And we definitely don't trust these monsters from the worst nightmare that anyone could ever imagine to keep her safe and to keep her well. And what we did in the family is because it was so much mess, and the numbers are terrifying of the villages that they attacked, and the bases and the soldiers and the people and the evacuated. For the first 72 hours, we just turned our homes into a war room to find anything about her, meaning in this process, excruciating process, meaning to watch every movie and every picture that these monsters from Hamas, ISIS has released. You don't know the horrors that I had to see that has scarred my mind, that I can't close my eyes without seeing. I don't want to go into graphics because I don't think anyone deserves to feel what I felt, but just to find a glimpse of her face. Is that her nose? Is this her fingernails? Is this her hair? Because we don't know where she is. We don't know who they're holding and if they're dead or alive. So we just tried ourselves to find any proof of her whereabouts. After 72 hours that we couldn't find any information, and the damage and the horrors were out, we just decided that we have to turn to the international community and to say to you that it's the responsibility of every citizen of the world that is against terror and don't believe in violence and murder of children and babies in their own homes and beds, to help us find Ronnie and bring her back. I said she's part of IDF and she's a lookout, and you might imagine a soldier, a Rambo, but she's not. She's a 19 years old girl. She likes Taylor Swift and Harry Styles. She has a dog. His name is Doobie. She's a babysitter. This is what she's doing when she's off duty. She loves kids. She has a mother. She has a father. She has younger siblings. And we miss her. We miss her terribly. And we don't know what happened to her. And even if we can't find her, and she is the worst that a family member can imagine, dead, there are children in captivity. There is a 4-year-old girl who is now an orphan because they murdered her parents and she's been captured in the Gaza Strip. So the world needs to wake up and understand there is no good terror and bad terror. There is no fundamental the I'm sorry, I'm a bit
Right.
excited.
Great. Of course.
The those Hamas, ISIS, they don't care about the Palestinians. They don't care about you or about the world. They care about staying in their own fanatic opinions in the name of Allah, which is just an excuse. I don't believe that they believe in anything in the world, just to hold the strip in their hands. This is not a war of Israel against Hamas or Israel against the Palestinians. This is a war of Hamas against humanity. First Israel, then you, then the world. You must, your audience and your viewers and people of India, I know you know how it feels to suffer from terror, and we call you to stand with us. We call you to help us find our families and our children. And my Ronnie, we need you. We need you to support us.
You know, we've seen all these families of those who've been taken hostage come together. We also know that the Israeli government has now appointed a group of people to talk to these families. Are you hopeful in the manner in which these two American women were released over the last few days that maybe more hostages will be released in the days to come?
I think it's a game. They play games with us. They play game with people's lives. They came in first with the guns, then with the RPG, then with the motorcycles, and then with donkeys. They took people on donkeys because it's funny. Some of them released them just after walking the border because they weren't soldiers. They were just people who thought it was funny. It was funny to hurt other people. So Hamas is playing with us, is playing with our minds, trying to show the world or the Americans that they're doing anything. We shouldn't believe anything. I don't believe they will free. I don't think they had planned to find so many people and to capture so many people. So probably they don't even know what to do with them. But I don't trust them to do anything with humanity, because whomever decides to behead 40 children and babies does not have a soul in his heart. When you kill an infant, a baby that hasn't been born yet with a knife, you don't have anything in you. When you go into a music festival and you shoot an RPG on people who's dancing, you don't have anything good in you. This is not for the Palestinians. This is not for anyone.